Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. This video will be part 7 of my Solidworks mini vacuum cleaner project. Okay, this video is about how I will show you how to do this power button here. Actually, I don't have the close-up snapshot photo of this. We have a power button mounted, if you look at this image, would be fitted here, right? So we have a power button, so I will show you how we will do this power button, this orange power button, alright, in Solidworks. Alright, in Solidworks, so I will start part modeling. Okay, a new part modeling, and unit is alright. Here in part modeling, you can also insert different part in your new part modeling file. So to do the power button, I will insert main body file. Since my main body file, I have the rear casing and the front casing, so the main body file here. Alright, I will not click on the screen. I simply click OK here, so it means it will put at the screen at the base point, maybe at the origin point, right? So this is a new part modeling file. Actually, it's not kind like affecting the original main body file of that I've already created for this front and rear casing. Alright, to do the power button, there's a lot of way. One of the quick way to do this power button is by, since I will create here, I will create a somewhere plane here. If you look here, there's a flat plane. I will create a plane at a level of 2mm from here, so it means that I have a level for me to create the flat surface. Since the power button is a cylindrical shape, at here I will create a circle 2mm in. I have a kind like a little bit 2mm ahead here as a starting of the button. So this plane I will create. Okay, this plane I will create a sketch. Right, what I want to do, since this main body is split into front and rear casing, so I will make a half shape of the on-off button. Okay, let me exit the sketches to show you. I need to off this front casing because the main body is split into front and rear, so I cannot make a full shape of the button. I will make a half shape of the button and later, after I've done the half shape, then only I will do mirror body to make it as one full button. Alright, okay, since I have this plane here, so this plane I need to do, because the button, we have a shoulder that is kind like fitted inside the shoulder shape is kind like it blend with this curvature of the surface. Alright, okay, at this plane I will create a sketch. I will do half shape of the button. I will do the shoulder, since the shoulder is inside, not the size of the button outside the casing. I will create, since the shoulder shape is the same as this diameter, so I will select this edge and convert entity, so I have the outline. So since I want to make a half shape button, so I will join this line, alright, to make shape of half circle. Alright, this circle, okay, when you do boss extrude, when you do boss, okay, you not necessarily you can choose from surface. I mean, I can start at this cylindrical surface here, but the problem is that since this rear casing, we have an opening here, so Solidworks cannot make this half shape circles start it blend to this inner surface of this rear casing. So it means that, let me cancel extrude. Before I go for extrude, so I will, since the inner surface here, I have opening, so I need to make this surface, we don't have any opening of this half circle. Alright, I don't want to disturb the original rear casing here, so I can duplicate this surface. That duplicated surface I can close the holes here, all the opening, so that I can make the on-off button can start the extrude from this inner surface. Alright, to clone the surface, I cannot do what I've typically have shown you before, where I will do features, move, copy to clone. That is for to clone the whole body. To clone or duplicate the surface, if I select the surface, I want to clone it. To do that, under the surface tab, we have here we have offset surface. Actually, offset surface is meant for any selected surface that like for example this one, I have select the surface. If I give any value 1, it will, what it will do, like this one, it's already show the preview, it make an inner offsetted surface. If I go this direction, it go for instead of it go for inner, it go for outer direction, but I go like this, inner. But since I only want to clone the surface, I don't want to make a offsetted version of the surface, so I put distance of offset is 0, so it means that it clone the surface at the same position. So I click OK. Now I have the as you can see here, under the surface body, we have one offsetted surface. So it's not actually the rear casing, we still it's not disturbing the rear casing, we still maintain the originality of this rear casing. So the only thing, this one is a duplicated surface. If I isolate it, now we have a single surface here. Alright, this surface, I need to close all the opening that I have here. Okay, to do that, under surface here we have untrimmed surface. Untrimmed surface means that if I select the single surface, automatically Solidworks can untrim any opening of that surface. So it means it fill in all the holes, all the gap that we have in the surface. So I just go for default and I click OK. Now I have the untrimmed surface. Alright, this surface is temporary surface for me to create the half shape of this on off button. Right, since I have this clone surface here, so what I will do under features, I will go boss extrude. So I will select this sketch. Alright, instead of using sketch plane, I can go from surface. So it means I start from the surface. As you can see the preview here, it goes to this direction. Since I want to make a shoulder inside the surface, I want to go for this direction, and the shoulder thickness is only 1, right? It's only 1. I must make sure this one is not merged. Uncheck the merge. I want to make it as a separate body. So I click OK. Now I have the shoulder of the on off button. As you can see the result, the shape, it blends with the curvature of this cylindrical surface. Alright, now I exit my, alright, I can delete this body. So this single surface is considered as a surface body, so I can delete it. Features, delete body. So I delete this body. Now I have the shape of half of the on off button, right? Okay, now I can do what I will do now, I will okay, instead of me mirror, later I will mirror the whole thing after I've done completed all the shape of this half on off button. Okay, let me exit isolate. Alright, now I have the shoulder of the button. Okay, now I need to, at this same sketch plane here, I will do a sketch. Okay, now I will make the size of the on off button. So here I will create okay, I will create the circle. Okay, we have a middle point there. Okay, the circle will not be this same radius here. I need to kind like, because when we do button, we need kind like gap or tolerance. I put it about, okay, since if you look at, if I evaluate, measure the diameter of this inner circle is so the diameter is 14. So for this one, I will give we have kind of a tolerance about so the diameter is 14, so I will go for 13.8. At least we kind like have some clearance, since this button will not be tightly fit into this. Alright, so this will be 13.8. so what I will do here, okay, I need to make it half, so make sure it's at the quadrant. draw a line, then I will trim it. So this is a half shape, and this one, then I go extrude and stop to this surface and make sure it merge. Alright, be careful about this thing. Be careful, I don't want to, it kind of like merge with the rear casing, so it means that before I do boss extrude, so I need to isolate only this thing. Okay, let me select this and hold on, let me, okay, this body, right, I isolate it. Okay, now I will do extrude, select this sketch and up to surface, so it will stop to that surface, then make sure merge is result is checked, and now this button is merged. Alright, and now I will do mirror plane will be this flat plane, so I'm not using feature because it's the whole body, so I will select the whole body, then make sure merge solid is on, then I click OK. Now I have this on off button. Right, okay, if I exit isolate, as you can see now, the button nicely fitted onto this rear casing, and same goes for the front casing. Alright, since let me isolate this on off button here. So since the button, I need to shell it. Okay, I will shell it for 1 millimeter, so I will select this surface, then I click OK. Now we have this thing. Alright, so if I go for section view, so we have by 1 millimeter thickness of this. Alright, let me save this thing. Let me save as on off button. Right, on off button. Alright, I need to show you, okay, since this is on off button, since from the beginning I create this is a new part modeling file which is on off button, and this front and rear casing I need to delete, because the on off button we have 3 solid bodies. I don't want the rear casing and the front casing, so I need to delete this body. So hold on, it's not showing my, okay, under insert features I can delete body. I select the front and rear casing. Now I only have 1 solid body, which is, then I save my file again, so I have the on off button. Alright, if I go back to the assembly mode, alright, in assembly mode I need to insert the button, because I need to know where is the position of the button. Alright, so here insert component, so I have the on off button, so I put the on off button at this location. Right, so now I will do mate the cylindrical body here, mesh with this one, it goes for concentric. Right, then I click OK. But now I need to position this. If I drag it like this, I need to position the button. It's kind of like we don't have any interference with the internal component here. We have a PCB, we have a tactile switch of this PCB, and I don't want the shoulder to touch the inner surface of the rear casing. Alright, let me drag like this. Okay, when you drag your this power button, this on off button or power button, sometimes not sometimes, you will accidentally rotate this power button on off button like this, so it means it's kind of not in line. So I need to do another mate setting. So mate setting here, if I click on the list on the screen here, let me close this one. So the on off button I will go for, so this is a front plane on the on off button, and it must match with the main body front plane. As you can see, if I zoom out the front plane like this, so it will put into coincidence. So then if I click OK, now the on off button, I cannot rotate it. Okay, the next setting is about positioning this on off button. As you can see, if I drag it like this, it looks like this, since this on off button we have a shoulder, it kind of like this shoulder don't have enough space. It kind of like we have interference with this tactile switch. Okay, to do that, another thing, let me drag this on off button here. I need to give some more space here. Okay, since earlier I have done made setting the position of this PCB up until this surface. Okay, if I click at this PCB, I click open the list, I have a made setting, so the distance that I've already done is 3. Let me go for 4, so it will give some more space here. Alright, let me save again. Okay, sometimes this happen. Never mind. It's not other thing. It's become when I click at it, it goes. If I right click at it, and it will explain what's the error here. Like this one. If I hold on, if I ask for what's wrong, it said that on off button has rebuild error. Let me close. So it means as you can see, if I open back the on off button file, it's kind of reading for like this, since I already deleted the main body, the front and rear casing. So it's about this thing. It's about you cannot read the, actually you have to extrude at the surface and merge result, and now everything is good. I save it again, then let me close this one and update to this. Sometimes it happens like this. Okay, that's only way to solve it. It's not reading right. Okay, this on off button here, so I already give space. I give 4mm value from this surface to this surface, so it means that I have some space here. I have some space here for me to position, but I cannot just simply do it like this. Even made setting, I don't have kind of a reference. If I go made setting, if I select this point and mesh, I don't have the point, since I make this cylinder a little bit smaller than this edge, because I give a gap of 0.1. Okay, the way to do it, I open back the this part modeling file of this on off button. If I go back where before I make here, let me show you. This one I already boss extrude. Okay, before that, what I mean, this one where I have this, as you can see, this is main body. Before I delete these two casing here. Okay, let me go for section. Okay, not section view, just off the front casing. I off the front casing for what I need to put a reference point. So this is on off button. I need to put a reference point, so this will be the point there. This would be my reference point. So here what I mean, at this sketch plane, I will create a sketch, then I will create one point there as a reference, then I exit it and I go back to this position. Okay, I have a point there. You can see I have a point, reference point there. I save my file again, and alright, if I go back to the assembly file, if I click yes, alright, as you see here, my if you look closely, I have a point there, so I can use this point to be coincident with this point for me to do the next mate setting for this on off button. So I will do another mate, and I will carefully select this point and this corner point, so automatically it goes for coincident. Then I click OK. Okay, now my power button nicely fitted. into this rack casing. Let me save again. Okay, sometimes it happen, I'm not sure whether sometimes we have error, so the only way I have to open back the on off body. Alright, okay, let me go to the section view again. Okay, now I don't have any interference, as you can see here inside, so everything is good. Alright, if I on the since I on the front casing, this need to show you. Hold on. Since I'm in section view, alright, this is a front casing. If I go for section view, for this plane, up until where I have position of the button, just to check whether is there any interference. Alright, I think everything is good. We don't have any, we can't have a clearance here, so it means when we press the button on off, so it will touch this tactile switch, so it have some space there. Alright, okay, let me save my file again. So right, another thing to mention, okay, let me go for section view, not this section view, this section view. Okay, this on off button here, since when we pressing, it's kind of like not touching. Actually, I need to put extra fixtures here inside surface of this on off button, because it's not touching the tactile switch. The tactile switch of this PCB, it have kind of like a spring behavior. It's a switch, and we click, it will click, then when click again it will off it, right? But it's not touching the surface, so I need to see what is the measure from this to here. So it stated the black color here, the distance is 2.32, so it means I need to add extra fixtures inside this surface of this on off button. I need to create a circle, extrude it about 2.32 millimeter. So it's about the maybe, okay, let me, okay, if I go for the size of the inside button there, will be diameter 4 or maybe bigger. Alright, so it means, okay, I will open this on off button file again. What it means that here I will create, make sure it is at that center point, so I will go for diameter 4 then what is the distance? I forgot the distance just now. Is stated the distance from this edge to this edge is the normal distance. It's not the red color. The normal distance is already stated here. The normal distance is 2.32, so I will extrude 2.32 for this one. Alright, so features, extrude, not up to surface using blind, 2.32 millimeter. Make sure mesh is checked. So this will be my extra features that I add inside here, and I save my file again. If I go back to assembly, I click yes, and now it's touching. Alright, so when we press the button, it will press the tactile switch to on off this mini vacuum cleaner. Alright, so let me off session view. So this will be the on off button that I need to show. Maybe I can do some fillet radius to give more better representation of this button. So I go for fillet about 1 millimeter. Alright, 1 millimeter is good. Then I save my file. Then right, so that's how it looks like for the on off button. Alright, I think I end up this video. So this video only for me to show you how I will do the on off button for my mini vacuum cleaner, but yours may be different. But at least when you see this video, you get some basic ideas how to do your on off button. Alright, inshallah I will see you in the next video, but before that, please do appreciate my effort doing this video tutorials for you guys, and by clicking like, subscribe and share this video with your friend. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi